What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? And welcome back to TD PHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live once again, guys. I want to apologize. Sorry for ending the last stream so abruptly. Just got some news from one of our Fins family members. Something that basically went down, and I'm not going to go into detail because it's their business. As we always continue to do, let's pray for our fellow Fins family members and their family as well. We always want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers because we are all one. We're all one big family. And I love you all and love the individuals that need prayer always. I'll just leave it at that so that I can respect the privacy of any and every one of you all if you were to contact me about something that's going on. So I just leave it at that. And we're going to get right back down to business. But I wanted to bring in one of our very best, especially knowing the individual prospects that we have coming from college. I wanted to bring in none other than the Dundada himself, the Reason. What's up, Reason, man?
What's good, man? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to first say that, like, especially in these trying times, man, I just hope everyone stays safe, stays healthy,
Yes.
and don't worry. I guess we'll all get through it sooner or later, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. And hey, all we can do is just keep our head up and make sure we keep a positive mindset about any and every thing that happens to us in life, and just stay positive at the end of the day, man. But I did, and I'm sorry I saw you backstage on the last stream. Reason I had to cut it abruptly. I wanted to check on one of our family members. But I wanted to get your take on the J.K. Dobbins thing before I went into who I thought was the most under the radar signing that's actually a steal for us. But what's your thoughts on J.K.?
So I think there is a lot of there's a lot of smoke to the J.K. thing because especially after the interview process, we heard a lot about. He was the first one that confirmed that the Dolphins really wanted a running back, right? Because they told him that basically directly. I know they also interviewed Taylor. I've been pretty consistent since the combine that I think it's going to be J.K. or Taylor. And then after the Howard signing, if you want to be a truly bruising smash mouth backfield, then Taylor makes sense. They may have an issue with a bit of the fumble problem he had, but J.K. Dobbins, to me, he's got at least 20 catches in every season that he's played at Ohio State. I think he led the nation this year in 73 missed tackles. So he's really good. He's really elusive. He's a compact runner, and he was built pretty low to the earth. He's not afraid of contact. He always goes north and south. He's not one of those east-west guys. So I know a lot of people like that. I don't know, man. I think he's a great change of pace back where I could see JK taking up, the majority of that field and the majority of the space. And then once you get to the red zone, that's where a guy like Jordan Howard thrives. And also Jordan Howard is an elite pass blocker, right? So I could see that being the switch. I think JK is going to be – you're going to have to take him with the 26th pick, I think. I don't
26?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be there at 39. I think he is going to be I think whether you go Swift one or Taylor one, I think however it falls, I think JK is going to be the second guy off the board because he impressed a lot of people at the combine, right? So, and he's got really good speed. I think he ran like an unregistered 4.45. So he's a pretty fast dude too for his size. And I don't know, not at the combine. I'm talking about before the combine. He ran like a 4.45. So I think I don't know if you can risk it at 39. That's why I've said before, I think if you want to get one of those top 3 premier backs, I think it's safer to take a guy like that at 26 and then go get your safety at 39.
So do you think all 3 of those guys will be gone in the first?
I think there's going to be a late round, and I've been saying this consistently. I think at the end of the first, and remember we go way back. Remember I was saying watch out for the Chiefs, and then we did that mock, and the Chiefs took the running back right away at 26 back. So I think there is going to be a first round late run on running backs, especially when you look at teams where, like I've heard that Atlanta, apparently today it's come out that Gurley's knees are in really bad shape still. Wow. So who's to say they're not going to take when they're up on the board, they're not going to take a guy like from Georgia like DeAndre Swift. Because
they did sign him on a 1 year, right?
Yeah, man. And I read a report today that says his knees are still terribly bad. So there's teams when you get like the Chiefs, man. If the Chiefs add a guy like DeAndre Swift to that backfield, or a guy like J.K. or a guy like Jonathan Taylor, man, you pair that with Damian Williams, bro, and you got because I don't think they re-signed Kareem Hunt, right? I haven't heard anything about that. So you pair a guy like that, bro, and that's dynamic. You know what I mean?
So hold on. Who's the last one off the board?
Out of those three guys?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to say. Like, personally, for me, it would be J.K. It would be Jonathan Taylor. Then it'd be DeAndre Swift. And then it'd be J.K. Dobbins.
As I assumed. So we're gambling if we're talking early second round. We're pretty much
you have to take him at 26 or 39 because none of them will be there at 56.
Well, I know the 56 is out of the question, but then we're gambling if we're trying to do 39. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, we also know that 26 might be just a little early, and it sounds like the
one might be gone. One might be gone by 26, right?
Yeah, it sounds like the runoff. It sounds like to me Dobbins is somewhere around 32 to 34.
Yeah, I would project him at the end of the first, top of the second for sure.
Because
I project it for all three, to be honest with you.
Because like I said in the first stream, I'm thinking that it's going to be the first second round pick that we have, but adding like a fifth rounder to it to go up a few spots to try to make that security blanket. Because I agree, I think he's the last one out of those three. I mean, you still got guys like A.J. Dillon, but he's the last guy out of those three guys that is going to go off the board. And I mean, am I reaching when I say this could be a setup for them to move up for their quarterback?
Who, the Dolphins?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, say they're high on AJ. I'm not AJ, but JK Dobbins, and they're looking at getting him late first round or early second. Is that a sign that they may be trying to clear up the last first round pick to make that happen? Because when I look at it, when I look at the first, second round pick, I don't look at us drafting at 39, because with all the assets we have, it takes nothing to add a third or fourth round pick to go right back up in that later area. Am I wrong for thinking that?
No, you're right.
So with all the capital, I'm thinking that those are the moves that they're going to pair things up to make happen. If that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, and like I'm just looking at it right now. Like, the Chargers pick at 37. Brother, they let Melvin walk. Who's to say they're not going to want to add to Eckler? Because that's what they did, the 1-2 punch. If a guy like DeAndre Swift is there, I've compared him to Melvin Gordon, right? That's my comp for him. So who's to say a guy like that isn't going to go at 37 too? You know what I mean? You start looking at the top of the second, and it's there. But I get what you're saying. The thing is, I don't know. It ties into the man. Like if you add in that quarterback and you add that quarterback, that 2 tackles on a running back, bro, all of a sudden, add that to what we've already added. Tell me that's not ready to compete day one.
Ready. Where would our holes be at that point?
Maybe another guard on the right side, but
I don't think that's very hard to achieve.
Not at all.
And now, and I don't want to just abruptly shift gears here, but I want to
safety, I guess too. That's it, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're going to try some of those things out with the later round.
Yeah.
I don't want to abruptly just shift gears automatically, but I want to get your well. First, I want to stay where we are, because what would you do?
What would I do?
What would be your ideal scenario for to get everything you? What's your first round reason? I want to make sure people understand, what does your first round look like? What are you doing if you were in the office?
So I would get our quarterback at 5. Whether it's Tua, Herbert, even Love, I'm just securing that. So if it's Tua, because there's 2 different scenarios. If it's Tua At 18, I'm taking it and I'm packaging it with a pick or two, whether it be even dipping into next year's war chest of picks, and I would like a first with like a second and a third, and I'm moving up to 10. Well, I'm basically securing either Jedrick Wills or Tristan Wirfs because I want that beast on the right side in terms of tackle. Like I want that investment, that top 10 investment, that top 10 tackle money is going to go to my right guy because that's the blind side. So then on the left side, now that I've moved that 18 pick, at 26, I'm taking my running back. Okay, I'm taking either Jonathan Taylor or J.K. Dobbins. It makes sense. I'll even consider DeAndre Swift. I love him too. And then with that 39th, because I would have traded probably the 56th in that package. And then with that 39th, I'm going to Temple and I'm going to get a guy like Lucas Niang, who's probably still going to be sitting there. And now I've got my left tackle, my right tackle, my running back, my quarterback. And then now I've got no 56th, 70th. I'm taking best safety available. And then now I'm picking at 141. And now I'm starting to fill in depth. I'm starting to look for who's the best guard available with that first 5th pick. And then after that, I'm looking at, okay, I want interior depth on my trenches because we don't know what's happening with the Godchow signing, because that's another thing. Rosenhaus tweeted a couple days ago. He tweeted out, now it's your turn with money bags.
Say that again.
Rosenhaus tweeted a couple days ago about Godchow. Godchow tweeted about all these guys getting paid, and Godchow and Drew Rosenhaus retweeted him. It said it's your turn now with money bag signs next to it. So I'm getting interior defensive line depth just in case. And then I'm using the 5th, the 6th. I'm using all my picks in that case because I've moved up and I'm using 5th, 6th, 7th, and I'm just filling in depth everywhere. Best player available at depth everywhere.
So you're saying in regards to Godchild, finding his replacement that could sit under him for a year?
I mean, even if it's in the 5th, find me someone who's competent right now who can learn under him for a year. And with this staff, that competent player could grow into a good player. And then in 2 years, that good player could go into a really good player. So, I'll take a nice project there.
So you think we're going to move on from Godchild after this year?
I don't see us backing up the Brinks truck like Rosenhaus was assuming with those money bag emojis.
I agree. I mean, we'll see, but oh man, we've committed a lot of money lately. But hey, we had it, but still we've been spending. So I want to switch gears now because that was excellent info that you gave. Who is your sleeper free agent that we picked up that maybe not getting as much attention that they should, and it's a huge signing? I have mine, but I want to see what's yours first.
Michael Roberts.
Michael,
the tight end.
Okay, all right.
That we signed on February 20th, 25 from Detroit Lions. Absolute beast of a blocker. And he's shown that he's got hands when he's got them. He's just had to battle injuries. I think that's a sleeper pick, man. And I think no one's talking about it. We've added a legitimate pass and run blocker to that line. Another one, maybe another guy who Gesicki can learn from. You know what I mean? I know who you're going to now say probably, but yeah, I'm going to go with Michael. It was only 1 year for $660,000. And when he's healthy, he's proven that he has a high upside. It's just a matter of growing there, developing, and getting there. But I like the pass blocking alone because blocking with our tight ends have been rare the past few years. So, and it's been shoddy and spotty at best. So it's nice to have someone in there. And he's only 25, so.
Now that was a nice pickup, man, and I love the potential on that. And you said that you probably know who I'm gonna say. Who is that?
Landon Roberts.
Yeah. See, when you said Roberts, Michael.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Landon Roberts was the steal that no one's really talking about. Like that was a beautiful pickup. We're talking about technically a Swiss Army knife. Yep. Reason? We talk about a
linebacker, right?
Yeah, he plays the inside linebacker position. You got Van Noy, Raekwon, and he's probably going to start because he's that run stopper. He's a run stopper like no other. He's gritty. He's grindy. He also plays fullback.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people
did he catch a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl?
I believe so. He's played several snaps at the fullback position. And he's also very versed on special teams as well. This is a Swiss Army knife that you're going to hear his name a lot because he makes plays. And Bill Belichick actually wasn't very happy about losing him. I mean, there was a report that came out. I think I had it up. Let me see. Yeah, this is what Belichick had to say about him. Okay. Well, it says Roberts, former head coach Bill Belichick, talked about how the former Houston Cougar showed up on his radar in the game against Navy, a traditional option attack on offense. This is what Bill Belichick had to say. When I watched that game, I kept noticing the middle linebacker for Houston, Belichick said, and he made a ton of plays in that game. I don't know how many tackles he had, but they weren't all on the option play because he blitzed. He just showed up on plays, showed up a lot. I thought he ran well. And his versatility is going to be his strongest suit for this team, being able to do so much. He also goes on to say he's a coach's dream, tremendous leader on the field and off, worked all off season to loosen his hips and improve his flexibility, loves to hit and has a nose for the ball, instinctive with an uncanny ability to consistently sniff out the best path to the ball, lives on a downhill track and makes high percentage of tackles near line of scrimmage. And if I'm not mistaken, he only missed 2 tackles last year. If I'm not mistaken, 2 tackles reason. He only missed 2 tackles last year. What else did they say? Chest up, wrap up tackler, has heart for days, square in his scrapes and mirrors running back effectively. His college coach called Roberts one of the best leaders he's ever been around and raves about his work ethic and passion.
Don't you notice that trend? Half of our signing are captains. Even Camus Gruger-Hill, he's a captain. But there's another guy, TD. Go look up his stats. He's only had 90 snaps on linebacker. But if you actually look at the 90 snaps, dude, he's produced turnovers. He produced a pick. Like, he's actually produced on only the 90 snaps. It's just they kept him on special teams. He's another guy.
About Robert?
No, I'm talking about Camus Gruger-Hill.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, now I saw that we cut a linebacker because they failed the physical.
Yeah, Mike Hall.
Yeah, and then we brought in another linebacker.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though, but I know the Mike Hall one was a physical, right?
Yeah. Somebody said TD, you're live.
I like that kid, man. Coming out of Penn State. I actually thought we got a steal with Mike Hall, and I thought he was going to translate to something, man. And that sucks because I liked him. He had a motor. So.
Wow, let me see something, reason, because they're telling me in the comment section, TD, your live is not showing up. That's why you have low views. Yeah, it's been like that for a week now. For some reason, YouTube it's the notification. I guess you're right, because when I click on TD Fans Talk, I'm not live right now. But when I click on my own personal channel, I'm live. It's just a YouTube thing. People will see this video later and enjoy it then. I learned to stop complaining about YouTube shortcomings on the videos, because I learned a rule that they only send out notifications on the first 3 videos of the day or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. But some of you all may have gotten a notification. Some of you all may not have gotten a notification. But it's all right, man. You not live. How am I not live? I'm live right now, guys. Obviously. Y'all see me and we talking together right now. Plus, it says that I'm live. And I'm going to click on it, see if I play. Yeah, I'm live. It's just probably not showing up on the main feed for some reason. But that's all right, man. We keep it going. People will watch it later. It's all good, man. Check your actual channel lately. Man, that sucks though. But yeah, but reason, man, what type of impact are some of these moves going to have? Because when we talk about, well, let me say this, because we're talking about linebackers right now. Who do you think the trio is going to be? Or is it fair to say trio with our scheme, our base scheme probably being the 3-4? I mean, are we gonna have a trio, or are we gonna run 2 with the DNs, or how is that gonna work?
I actually have it written out, like, because I was going over like who is going to be. Let me find it. Who's going to be our? I actually wrote out our whole defense moving forward because I'm like, what's it going to look like, right? So
with what we have now, or you included specific draft picks?
No, I was including right now. Let me just find it for a sec.
That'll be interesting. I love to hear this, man.
Because I went over it with EM. Let me find it.
This is beyond interesting, man. I might even at some point pull up like a PowerPoint, and then put some text box and line the defense up and mark them in the slots.
Do they have that? Do they have like a thing where you can just slot people in?
I could just put the boxes in text box.
Oh, that'd be cool if you could just slot things in though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that at some point.
I'm trying to figure out where I put it in my notes. I got all these folders and jazz. Because I had them lined up as like Will and Sam. So that's what I'm trying to find.
TD, your live stream is missing alert. I know that's just YouTube, guys. Y'all forgive me. It's a website you can make your own team. Well, you might drop the link to that website. We could put it up and we can plug it in, man. We can plug it in. If you know of a website, you can drop the link in the.
There has to be a website where you can add in by scheme.
Yeah. Sam may be a situational backup going forward. Yeah, I agree with that.
The problem is we got to address that nose tackle.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm trying to figure out now. How are we going to do that?
Because it's not a deep class at all.
Huh?
It's not a deep class at all.
I know that's something that I've been in the back of my mind. Like, how are we going to address that? And everybody who says 4th or 5th round, grab a guy again. We still can't forget that it's a 4th or 5th rounder, and we're talking about a very vital position. You know?
Yeah.
Very vital position.
And the thing is, like, when you start getting to the 3rd or 4th guy, like I even like a guy like Jordan Elliott. He's in my top 5. He's like 5, but he's a project and a half. So like when you get past Javon Kinlaw, like I guess you could say Marlon Davidson from Auburn. I like him a lot, and he might not be a project, but like he's a borderline. He could start or he could end up being a project. Because I even had because the reason why I did this is I actually wanted to see how our secondary was going to look. So that's why I put this list together.
Did you find it?
I'm looking still right now.
TD, I've realized that Simmons and Tua falls to 5. It's Simmons. Man. See, I don't. If we didn't get a quarterback earlier, I don't know if that'll happen. I mean, if Tua's on the board, I couldn't. If we pass up on Tua,
there's something medically wrong.
Is something medically wrong, or I know that we're going Love at that point. There's no question for me. I mean, I think that we would definitely be just saying, hey, we're going to try our chance at Love at 18, but I don't even know if Love will be available at 18.
No, I don't think so.
And you think the Raiders are still the ones that are looking at Love?
It's crazy. Recently, I've heard there's a Chargers guy I came across, and I guess he's one of those. He's got like 15 or 20,000 followers, but he's one of those accounts that's like all Charger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, one of his pinned tweets was that they have after the combine. Apparently, according to this guy, they moved Jordan Love over Herbert.
Love over Herbert, you said?
Yeah, and you like it's crazy. You still got to watch out for, the Bucks are at 14, but who's to say because they're so loaded that they're not going to go and try and if a guy like Herbert or a guy like Herbert or a guy like Love are projects, who's to say they're not going to plop that guy behind Brady for 2 years?
I mean, all these guys. If you look at all these guys, it's going to have a gap, a guy who's just filling in for now.
Yeah,
and these teams are going to get their quarterback as soon as they can, or a guy that they can at least fill out as soon as they can. I can't see them waiting around until the year they want to get their guy and then rolling with them for 4 years and not being the answer. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, look at what happened to Rosen. They cut him after 1 year pretty much. So I guess that doesn't really matter.
But what's crazy is that's actually like an isolated incident. That hasn't happened a lot, right?
But that may set a precedent.
110%, because look at that was everyone's reasoning for why they might move off Haskins in Washington, right? Everyone tried to already use that, but that's a totally different situation than, the Rosen thing. I think it sounds like we're trying to trade him right now. So
what's the value
of a Josh Rosen?
Yeah, what's the value if that happens?
4th or 5th, probably. No way you're getting a 2nd or 3rd for that guy, bud. He hasn't shown enough. That's the problem. He could have it. He could be talented enough, but he hasn't shown enough, and that's going to be your issue with him. So, I mean, you might be able to get a 4th because you could sell someone also on the contract. The contract is very favorable in terms of trading.
Chosen Rosen in trouble, man.
Yeah, I just it sucks, man. But it's how it's gone down, I guess you could say. I mean, did you hear what Dan Orlovsky was talking about him or whatever? Did you hear or no?
No. Fill me in.
He basically said from what he's heard, okay, like he doesn't like Rosen isn't a student of the game. Like he doesn't know the nuances and the ins and out of football. Like he knows football, but he doesn't like know football like a quarterback is supposed to like know all the insides and outs, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, apparently that's the thing that he's heard is that that's the reason why he hasn't progressed or developed the way that even us have expected him to. But it was in the same breath when they were talking about the possibility because the Patriots are apparently sniffing around him right now, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I have. It's just if it's gonna happen.
See, but you know what's the crazy thing? Like, I'm not the biggest Jared Stidham guy, but bro, like when he was at Baylor, like he only played like 3 games, but he like lit it up, man. He had like 12 touchdowns in 3 games. And then when you go to Auburn, like he played good at Auburn. It's just they were a running team. Like they didn't really like stretch the field with him or anything like that. And then like from what I've heard about Jared Stidham is that he's really learned the offense really well last year. And I don't know if people have seen him throw, but Jared Stidham has some zip on the ball when he throws it. So I don't know if that's the thing, man. Like, I don't think they're moving on Cam or anyone. I think he's gonna roll with Jared Stidham, man.
Who the
Belichick?
You think so?
I'm that's the sense I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You think he's just gonna go and like not have a backup plan?
No. I mean, look at Hoyer just got released. Go sign Hoyer. How many times has that guy been a backup there, right?
True.
So I just don't think I think people are just kind of sleeping on Jared Stidham, man. Oh, here we go. Someone set it up, huh? I love it.
Yeah, I did. I just said, let me just go ahead and make my own. Let me get this on and off the screen. All right, so this will do for now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got it.
Okay, so
I found it.
All right, so let's work off of this real quick and see what we can come up with here. Okay.
All
right. So this is kind of your base 3-4, right? Give or take. The look of it. It depends if we're doing cover 2, single high. Which formation do you want to work out of?
Yeah, I have. What do I have? Oh, that's fine. That looks fine. It doesn't matter. Oh, you got 2 up. You got 2 up, eh?
What's that?
No, I'm just looking at who you got up.
All right, so let's talk about this, man. Let's fill this up, see what we got on defense right now.
All right.
All right. So let's start with the obvious. All right.
Okay.
And let me ask you, because in history tells us Xavier Howard loves this side over here. This is his side. Do you think that's going to be maintained the same case where they just both have a side and they don't match them up with the number 1s and that guy get the number 2?
Yeah, I think Byron's going to be locking down 1s, bud. Because I was just looking back. I was watching some more snaps of him today, and yeah, he doesn't care about which side he's on. I was just remembering I was watching him lock down from right and left, no problem.
All right, so we have our corners, right?
Yeah.
Where's Van Noy?
I had him at Will's side.
Okay. And hopefully I'm not backwards here. Does it show backwards for you?
No.
So I'm good. Mm-hmm. Well, it should show the same way. All right. Where's Raekwon?
I put him at Sam.
So who's going to be at the mic?
I put Jerome.
So this is where I get confused with this. So who's going to be the other guy that's technically the defensive end? Like, where are we going to line?
To me, I have the defensive end as Lawson.
Who is that?
I have the defensive end as Lawson.
So in essence, that's also what Van Noy is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is in essence, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's bad. Is McMillan? Let me see. Y'all tell me if I spelled it right.
McMillan. You're good.
Oh, it ain't IAN. It's AN.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who do we have here?
That's where I put Jerome.
See, this is where
hide him a little bit.
So that's where it gets interesting to me. This is where I think
you're right.
On rundowns, Landon Roberts is going to be here on first and second down, depending on the second and distance situation. But on first down, I could see Landon Roberts starting here. And if it's second and more than eight or more, then you got Jerome. But if it's second and less than 6 or 7, you still got it Landon. Am I off basis here?
I'm not saying you are, because you could even get Vince Beagle rotating in there too. Brother, it's a crowded room, huh? We talked about this in the chat. It's crowded in that linebacker room. You could be totally right, though. You could be 110% right come day one, because Flores loves his guys. And what have I said? You can put money on a contract, but you can't put money on trust. And he's got a lot of trust.
And who do you think Flores day one is going to trust more in the run game? Baker or Roberts?
Roberts, 110%.
That's why I'm thinking that it's going to be a situational. That position is going to be flexed.
You could put a Swiss Army knife logo right there, and that would make sense too.
I was just going to write flex, man.
Yep.
And people have to understand that's not taking Jerome Baker out, but you got better options on first down. We have better options now on first down. Jerome Baker, you're going to see him on the field in third down. I feel confident in that. And I think Vince and Bagel, Bagel, however you pronounce it. Pronounce it for me, Reason. Help me out, man.
I just call him Vince Beagle.
Beagle, okay. He's probably going to spare any three of those positions, Van Noy, the flex, or Lawson on occasions, because sometimes they want to use him to come downhill to the quarterback as well. But I'm going to put flex there because I can't really sit here and feel comfortable just putting Baker because we know Baker and he's been on this roster and he's the guy. No, I mean,
you know why I had him there, TD? If you put his name there, doesn't it look like he's perfectly hidden? you perfectly hit him around all that talent where you can get rid of the run deficiencies. That's why I had him there. You're
right though. I mean, but Flores, you think he's just gonna have wasted space?
No, I agree. That's why I agree with you 110% on Roberts with the trust thing.
So let's before we go up high to the safeties, let's go to another controversial situation since we don't have a true nose tackle right now. And I mean, if ladies and gentlemen watching, we plan on getting a true nose tackle right here. And we plan on putting, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Reason, we plan on putting Christian Wilkins here and Godchild here.
I actually had, so what I did there was I threw Godchild in the middle.
Ooh.
And then I had
as the true nose?
Yeah, just for what we have right now, like because we don't have one yet.
That's fine. So that's what I was getting at. Yeah. I was letting everybody know that if we got the true nose tackle, Christian Wilkins will be over here, and Godchild will be here.
Or Ogba is going to probably be where Godchild is.
Right. Then where's Godchild?
That's why I had my nose on mine right now.
No. Because I'm doing scenarios. I'm letting people know that if we had a true nose tackle like Pierce,
that's why I don't see them paying. Now you're starting to see why I don't see them paying Godchild.
So are you telling me right now that if Pierce was right here in the middle and Wilkins was right here, Godchild wouldn't be here?
No, I think it'd be Ogba.
Ooh, that's strong, isn't it?
Because I think because Ogba has proven in his career that he can play. Either he can play where Lawson is at, where Van Noy is at right now, or he can play where we have him right here, or he can go over where Wilkins is. He's moved all along there.
So that's not a depth move for us. That's a guy who's finna sit there on that block.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the event that we don't get a true nose tackle, we're gonna relegate Godchild to the middle. And I'm glad you said that because I want to go with what we have now. Yeah. So I ain't gonna try to spell his name. I'm just gonna say Big G. That's Godchild, okay? I know I can spell it, but I don't want to brutalize it before I get it right. And then we got, who did you say?
I put Ogba there.
Yeah. Spell it for me because
Ogbah.
Yes. See, I love that sign, and I just thought that it was a guy who's going to be spent.
Because you know what he is? You know what he is, TD? You know what he is, TD? He's going to be our Van Noy on the other side. You can move him all along. We got two guys on each side where you can move them all along.
Oh my gosh, that's how sexy this is. So many moving parts, man. You're gonna have Ogba down here one day. Van Noy is gonna be the one on the delayed, and Ogba is gonna drop back in coverage. And I mean, you're gonna have all kind of beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, Flores is probably just excited. Wilkins. All right, so that's what we're looking at right now, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what we got? What we doing up here, man? I ain't even gonna try to attempt this. I've left this one alone. I really have because I don't see. I know we got guys on the roster now, but I don't know what direction we gonna go.
Well, it's basically Rowe. I think it's Rowe or McCain. Both flip.
Are you satisfied with that?
No, I'm satisfied with Rowe because he proved last year he could do it. I'm not satisfied with McCain, especially at his cap hit.
See, I'm a little skeptical about Rowe. I may be the only one. I know that he showed he could do it, but again, when things heat up and we actually in like we've seen these guys play some good football at these positions, but you also want to see them actually in the heat, like meaningful games and late in December and the playoffs. Are they going to be the same guys going against some of the greater offenses in the league? That's what makes me nervous.
I agree. And what's crazy is if we would have kept Minka and drafted a safety again, like a Winfield or an Ashton Davis, and you put them with, or Jeremy Chin or Kyle Ducker, and you put them with him, oh my God, our secondary would be disgusting. That's why I wouldn't be mad if they went out and got 2 safeties this year in the draft.
Now, and people don't realize what you just said is so powerful. People don't realize Mika set us back, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Mika set us back a little bit.
Look at this right now, TD. If you take McCain out and put Minka there, how much more complete does this look? Like, that secondary is disgusting if Minka's there, man. Like,
it's
the best. It's the best secondary in football.
One slot keeps you from saying, one spot keeps you from going all out like we're it.
Dude, that's the difference between us saying right now we have the best corner tandem in football to we have arguably the best secondary in football, and it's just one guy.
Do me a favor. Let's grade these guys. Give me your grade on Byron Jones.
Yeah, I agree with your A.
Xavier Howard.
Is he healthy? If he's healthy, he's an A.
All we can do is assume it, right?
Okay, so he's an A.
Oh, okay. One moment, Reason.
No worries, brother. Bobby McCain, what will we do with you? You have a nice smile. You're Finsanity's boy, but I don't see it in the future, brother. Not at that cap hit. I mean, you can be a nickel corner all day, but, man, just imagine, guys. Look at that right now. And, I mean, even Delpit with his tackling issues. You get Delpit figured out with his tackling issues, put him in there. That is a sexy secondary. And, I mean, you look at that. Look at that front seven right now. That front seven is arguably one of the best front sevens we've had since the Thomas and Jason Taylor era. Is that even arguable? I don't even know if that's arguable. That's probably our best front seven since the Taylor, Zach Thomas era.
It is. It ain't even probably. It really is, Reason.
Oh,
help me out with this, Reason, because I can't be on much longer.
No worries.
So I want to hurry up and grade these guys, and then we'll pick up where we left off next time with the same chart. I'll save it. So we're going to give Jones an A. What do we give Xavier Howard healthy?
If he's healthy, an A.
All right. So what do we give Christian Wilkins?
I'll give him a B+ right now because he's trending upwards, especially at the end of the year. Give him a B because you don't have to look for the B+ at time.
No, I want to give the pluses. Oh, I want every bit to count.
Oh, in that case, give Jones an A+.
I know I wanted to, but I was going.
Yeah. You're right. No, you're right. Gotcha.
Hold on. Let me make Howard's grade accurate.
Hey, get out of here. Wow.
We ran out of room. All right, so gotcha.
I'm gonna give him a C+. Especially because I'm factoring in how much money I know he's about to ask for.
Take that out, though. Take that out, because this is just purely on how good is our defense.
No, I'll give him a B-.
Yeah, I was going to say a B- because he is effective. That's the whole point. That's why he deserves the money. I'm slipping here. All right, Ogba.
I'm gonna call that right now as it stands. I think that's an A signing.
I was about to.
That's a guy with a high ceiling. I mean, 9 games, 5.5 sacks, leading that Chiefs team. Love it.
Nice. Van Noy?
Buddy, that's an A+ where I come from. When you add in the scheme, when you add in the trust factor I always keep going back to, that is an A+ for me, and that's a guy who's going to be all over. Flex.
He gets two pluses on that, and I agree with you, bro, because people don't understand how he's about to impact us, man.
Yeah.
They don't understand. So this flex position, I want to go ahead because no matter what option we go with, see, that's what sucks about it because I know Roberts. If I was to give Roberts a grade for us, it'll be about a B minus. I don't know if you agree. But then if I was to give Baker a grade, it's a flat C.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the best scenario, and I'm gonna go B minus at the B minus at the flex.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
No, I agree.
McMillan,
I'd give him the same.
B minus.
Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't know if you agree.
I was leaning towards a B, but I'll go with the B minus. That's all good for me because I still need to see more from him anyway. I just like his game. Eric Rowe at the safety position. I'm gonna consider the fact that I still have. We've seen him excel at the position, but it's not like we have the utmost 1,000% confidence. So, what would you say?
I'm gonna go C plus.
Good move, man. Good move. We're thinking alike. On that.
I'll give Lawson a B right now as it sits.
I'm not Skip Lawson. I didn't even see that down there.
Actually, I'll give him a B plus. I like that signing a lot. I'll give him a B plus. I like it.
Okay. I'm with you. I was gonna say a B, but B plus it's not far fetched. Because I think he needs to prove it in this system with this team. McCain, the worst grade on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, C minus or a D plus. Yeah, you C minus for sure. Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to disrespect the man because I know that sometimes if he is there, his role is going to be.
Look at this, bro. This is
come up top and McCain gonna come down sneaking in there. So I know he's effective in that.
Look at this front seven and the two on the outside. This is what we're talking about. On the outside, we got those two A's, and then we got two A's between the seven in the front, and then a bunch of solid players around them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the makings, bro. That is the makings.
I like this reason.
We are only a couple pieces away from being legitimate AFC championship contenders. Whew.
Here's what I would say, man.
Yeah.
This is what I would give our defense right now as it stands. And some people may disagree.
No, I agree with that.
That's what I would say out of all of it. We're a B plus defense right now. Yeah. If we could figure out a way to get another really good safety or a first or second round pick safety, we can probably improve that to about a B minus right now. Any other upgrades or moves that you would make in this defense without having to go spend crazy money in free agency? Because I think I'm actually happy with where we are if we can address this one right here, this C. I'm okay with Rose C plus, but I think we really do need to address this. Bobby McCain's situation, again, I think that he just needs to be that flex in a passing down situation, and we take one of these guys off the field, whether it be Lawson, bring Van Noy down on the line, and take that flex out and put the Bobby McCain in the box on a third down situation. If we run a cover two, Bobby's going to be back there, but I would rather have another safety back there.
No, I agree 110%.
And if we can change this position to a B minus, not a B plus, just a B minus, and we'd have an A minus defense.
And you know what? I also think Rowe would go up to a B minus too.
Yes, I agree.
I see. I think he can trend upwards with pieces around.
But that's the potential with the Rowe situation. See, but the thing is, say if we did put Rowe as a B minus right now, this whole overall grade would still be a B plus to me.
No, yeah, agreed.
We gotta address that other side. So I gotta get out of here. No reason, man. I'm going to come bring this, but we're gonna pick up where we left off on the same thing because we want to do offense as well. We got to figure out how we can get an A minus.
I got that listed too. I got that listed out too. So
awesome, man. I'll probably check in with you tomorrow, and we'll go right back in. All right.
All right, man.
Thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all go show Dougley Do Wrong some love because I think he's hitting 10,000. All right. So I'll see y'all soon. Peace.